Hello Year 10, happy Friday to you all. Hope you've all had a fantastic week. As always, starting off with a positive. Majority of you this week have been fantastic. I even had the pleasure of being able to be in a couple of lessons yesterday and sit in and see all the wonderful work firsthand that's taking place within your lessons. I was really proud to be in one of the English lessons, last lesson yesterday, just to see all of the creativity going on. It's actually amazing. So well done, and well done for you. Also, obviously, we do have to have a little moan. One of those moans is about obviously late, making sure you're going to your lessons on time, getting yourself cleared away from the yard just before the bell. A lot of you are saying, well, the bell goes off and then we move. If you are still there and the bell's gone off, you're late. So make sure you're getting to your lesson just slightly before the bell at lunchtimes and break times, because obviously if you're arriving late, you're going to get yourself a late marker, then you're on detentions after school with me. Another thing that we need to push is mobile phones. I know a number of students have been obviously spoken to personally about mobile phone use. We simply can't have lots of students now ramping up the amount of mobile phone usage throughout the day. You know the policies came into place last year when we were obviously in lockdown. It was rolled out, it's gone to parents. You all know about it, you know that it's there. So don't try and skew around this policy. Mobile phones need to be in your bag. If you feel like you can't be trusted and you are one of those people that is addicted to your mobile phone, then hand it to either myself, Miss Gordon, or keep it at home, or ask your form tutor to mind it. I'm sure they wouldn't mind looking after it on the bravado that obviously they can't keep it safe. So the best thing to do is, if you can't be trusted to not get your mobile phone out, is to leave it at home so it can't be a temptation. Another thing is these things, Apple Watches or any of the smartwatch devices that are out there that are linked to your phone. We're not daft. We can see you in your lesson scrolling through your watch. I've got one. I know how it works. So when you're sat there and you're swiping through your watch, it's obvious what you're doing. You're not engaged with the learning. You're too busy in this moment looking down, not looking up, making sure that obviously you're not missing out on any of the notifications that are coming through. Whatever it is that's so important that you must have a notification to come through to your watch, I have no idea. But I want to make sure that you're not at risk of obviously having a phone call home to discuss that with parents. Keep your eyes on what's going on around you in your lesson. We will be having LPs coming up soon, and I will be obviously talking to you about the process of that. But these LPs that are going to be coming up are going to be really important, because they're going to give you a good sort of guide on where you're at the end of this year and where we can take you next year and moving forward and thinking about future plans. So when you're in the lesson, you need to be fully engaged, and that's why we don't particularly want you to have your phones, because they are a major distraction. That's research backed, so you can't get away from that. Other things I want to just feed into this assembly is getting involved in the wider curricula that we've got going on in school. Now, I was fortunate to still be on site last night when I saw a load of people filtering through from the PE department, obviously been at athletics, doing extra activities after school. It's really important because we've spoke about this, it makes you feel part of the school community, so it makes you feel part of Rainhill High. It also gives you more things to put onto these CVs for when you're applying for jobs. So have a look what's out there on the parent student newsletter, and I might obviously send this over to form tutors as well. There's a list of things that you can take part in after school. That's opening up now. And it'd be really good to see a load of you getting involved in that, not just going straight home, getting on your devices, being outside. You know how much I love nature. I keep banging on about being outside. It's absolutely amazing, the fact that we've got all of this greenery around our school. If you're out there doing athletics in that, imagine how wonderful you'll feel at the end of your day. Miss Gordon has mentioned that Duke of Edinburgh Silver will be taking place as of September. So if you're thinking of maybe doing something of a weekend that's school-based to just add to your CV, to give yourself that extra sort of employability, Then obviously the Duke of Edinburgh Silver Award will be starting in September, so just have a little think about that. I know we're approaching May and it seems like it's a long time away yet, but it'll soon be here, so just think about that for yourselves, sort of things that maybe you can get involved in that as well. You will be pleased to know that we'll be handing out at some point today a new reading book for us to take part in our reading allocated slots within the form periods. There are a selection of short stories this time rather than an actual novel, which I think, we've taken on board your words. Miss Dickman has obviously been searching the internet to look for things that maybe you will engage in a little bit more of, so hopefully that'll be a little bit more pleasurable for you during form time, hopefully. But it is important that you obviously engage in this reading activity during form time, so I'll be popping those round at some point today in form so we can discuss that. Other parts obviously of assembly is basics, so making sure that you've got all of your equipment as per usual. As soon as you're going into lessons, get your whiteboards out. I teach year 10 at the end of the day. I'm going to be checking that you're listening to this. As soon as you come in, whiteboards out, key to success folder, pens and pencils, everything that you need ready to go. And obviously it is the end of the week. This is my little part where I get all mindful on you and I start talking about how it is that you can enjoy the weekend. So it's an extended weekend. I obviously spoke to Miss Thorogood and I said, look, we need a Monday off. And she said, yeah, okay, I'll sort that out. So you can thank me for that. You've got a Monday off. So you've got 3 days there to reconnect with your loved ones, to spend some time engaging in conversations and just looking after each other. So if you are going away, it's perfect. So obviously you are enforced in that time to spend time with your loved ones. If you're not, just make sure that you spend, time. I always say to you, make them a cup of tea, whoever it is that you live with, make them a cup of tea. Ask them how they are. Have a conversation. Make it meaningful. Maybe get involved in some of the chores that are going on around the house. Maybe get in the garden and do some gardening. These kind of things to sort of make you feel a little bit happier about obviously being in the house, and just engaging in conversations with your family is really, really important. With it being a 3-week obviously weekend, I need you to make sure that you look after yourselves, and if the sun is shining, don't stay out in the sun too long. I don't want any sunburnt faces on Tuesday. But also make sure that you don't get up to anything that could get you into trouble. So if you're out on parks and stuff and you're in your groups, in your larger extended groups, just be kind to the public. Be mindful that there are lots of younger children that use the same areas as you, so curb your language. Don't be doing anything that you shouldn't be doing, and obviously just have fun and don't be silly. So without anything else to say, obviously I need you to be getting involved in those wider curricular activities. I'll attach a PowerPoint to this assembly so your form tutors can go through that. It's going to be Mental Health Awareness Week next week, so if anybody wants to get involved in that and put anything together that they've got that's they found is quite helpful and useful, then obviously let me know or let your form tutors know. But apart from that, have a wicked day and make sure that you are kind to each other and kind to yourselves. Okay, guys, have a great one, and I'll catch up with you later. Bye bye.